now you're seeing these young girls, like teenagers, with their butt cheeks hanging out and their dad walking right beside them.
Where?
It's a
And they
fact.
holding it everywhere.
You see it
At
all over
Walmart,
the place.
at
And crop
All over
tops
the place.
down the
too.
street. Like the dad is
Yep.
literally right there beside them.
Yep.
Simp, sucker,
Or
sucker
the
ass
mums.
dad,
We agree.
sucker
We
ass
agree, Mike.
daddy.
So
Good
I,
God,
like,
Almighty. I
But
believe
Inaz
you.
is right. I agree
I
with you,
believe
Trigger Mike, but Inaz is absolutely right. You see it everywhere. And then it's like,
so,
what the
so
hell?
I talk to the men in the back chat a lot about this, and they have a general premise that men today allow society to shape the way that they govern their masculinity and the things that they allow. Right.
Yep.
So my pushback on it is like that masculinity is pushback. So even if everyone in society decided that this was okay, if you don't feel it's right, and we claiming that we masculine, don't allow that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
I think that men have this is back on my it's all the man's fault. If men just took a stand, like y'all can say and do whatever y'all want, that shit ain't flying though. You can laugh and play. It's not up for debate. It's not flying. Go sit down. And if you go
So
outside like that, you won't have no more clothes. Like you if you
I,
want to be naked, I'm taking everything. So you're gonna have to
I not only agree with you, I just think that I definitely agree with you. I just think that the men lack the tools, right? I'm that way because I was taught to be that way, and I have various examples of men being that way and it working out for them. I do not look, I only lean on their understanding for help and governance with my fatherhood journey. These other men, they're literally being led basically by the gynocracy. And the worst part about being raised by a woman, then being in a relationship with a woman that was raised by a woman, and nobody's ever had any guidance or males, is that you think you put too much input as a father on what she says. The worst part about it is that a lot of men don't realize that women don't have the same instincts. This equality narrative hurt the both of us. It hurt women, it hurt men, it hurt fathers, it hurt mothers. Because a lot of women today don't think they have to do anything they don't agree with. They don't lean on their man understanding, they don't lean on his logic. They think because they have a feeling that they're right. You see what I'm saying? So it takes masculinity, like you said, to be like that shit ain't going down. Like I could write down 1,000 times I've said that in the house where my wife is like, "Oh sure," and I cut her off like that's not going down, and she'll look at me like, "Oh, he's serious." Well, I guess it's not going down because I can see something she cannot. I have the foresight, she does not. And she's learned to lean on that understanding. And the worst part about it, she'll come in 2 weeks later. Wow, you remember when I tried to get you to go to such and such? You know what that lady said her kid is doing now? That was really bad. And I'm sitting there like, well, thank you for affirming that my masculinity and my foresight does have positive effects on the family. And I just think that men don't have the tools to stand against their women and literally trust their own instinct despite the woman's disagreement.
Do you think those are men? Like so. So I I struggle with this because it's like, all right, like no matter who raised me, if somebody come open hand slap me, I'm fighting them. No matter who raised me, if a nigga trying to like have sex with me, I'm gonna kill him. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they
Yeah.
trying to forcefully take something from me, at what point is it, bro? Like you like,
So
there's only so much somebody can snatch from you.
you're
Marcus,
right.
we're having the same struggles, bro.
If we're
Like,
going to say if we're going to say that women are behaving outside of their nature by trying to be overly masculine all the time, we have to admit that men are being outside of their nature by being docile and acquiescing to women's demands. I think there's two critical flaws here. Men, the black man's god is sex. So if he feels like he's going to lose sexual access, he'll acquiesce. That's his problem. All right,
Right,
that's
but
most black
we was
men's
born
problem.
with like permanent sexual access. It's called a hand. I'll beat
Yeah.
my hand forever before I allow somebody to just dictate what's going to
Hey,
happen.
that's not what's wrong with my hand. I was about to put my hand. That's not what's wrong with my hand.
I ain't
Because I
going.
was about to say, yeah, but then I was like,
You
man, it
already
looks
told
like
yourself, boo. It's okay.
I was like, damn, they're gonna think that that's what's wrong with my hand. But
It do look like you
it
you
do
got a
look
wrist
perfectly
injury.
placed.
And
Like,
then the
damn,
fact that when he just said that you raise your hand, you're like,
You was like,
oh damn. But damn, what was the second one? So if they think they're gonna lose sexual access to the woman, they'll acquiesce to her. But the second part is that black men especially want to be liked by women in general. You see the way I behave on these panels. I believe I'm very consistent. My goal is never to be liked as long as I'm being true to the ideals and the values that I believe in. I don't give a damn who like me, especially women. Those men can't do that.
So
Once the women disagree too much, they change in their position.
So I've seen you change your position when you amongst men to be likes, right? So I've seen you do that. But this the thing, because you called me a super simp the other day, right?
Oh,
See, Marcus, you over here simping when we was on.
you were simping.
Yeah. I remember you said that. So I'm calling it out. You have a stance. The men will come on and bark at it a little bit. You'll be like, you know what? Yeah, y'all all right.
Shut your ass up. No, I did not. Go find the clip. Nah, that's a heavy accusation.
Can I add something real quick?
So
Go
look,
find the clip.
my thing is, I think like people misinterpret this. When I be like, it's not the women's fault and it's not because women don't do nothing wrong. It's because I point at the man like, bro, you should stand on your square. Not that she didn't do nothing wrong, but I don't give a fuck what she doing. Your ass supposed to be in charge. Your ass supposed to be the one to stand on your square. This is all you. You were directly responsible for everything that fall up under this umbrella. So so what I think that's my frustration. Like, bro, this is your fault because it's a masculinity and leadership conversation, and you trying to have a universal 50-50 conversation. So to me, when niggas be talking to me like, oh, you siding with the women, y'all be sounding like not you per se, but they be sounding like feminists to me. Because I'm like, y'all want to hold equal accountability, bilateral, and all that. Bro, get your goofy ass out of here and just stand on your square and fix this shit from the top down, and then we can move forward.
Yeah, you got a point there, but it's more of here's the dilemma that I find with that most often, because you're right, fixing it from within does not involve the women, but I take a more realistic approach to say the state at which the government and the laws, the power that it gave, or proxy power that it gave to women are usually the ones with the children. So that made it so you have to talk to them. Because my ultimate thing,
no, if you break the family up, but like your family, your shit is together, right? You're not worried about the state at all, right?
Oh no, yeah.
Like we should be more so preaching to men to make sure that they put themselves in a situation where they don't worry about the state versus.
Oh, I preach that to men who haven't either one chosen. I definitely preach that to men who haven't chosen a wife yet, and men that are looking to get married and don't have any baby mamas or anything like that. That is my ultimate message, because you don't want to end up in that type of situation, and you got to choose a woman that believes what you believe is that align. Like I think there are women out there, even in America, that will be like, I will die before I leave my children fatherless. When I heard a chick say that once, like, I will die before I leave my children fatherless. I'm never leaving my husband, no matter what. I was like, God damn, somebody grab her quick. There are still women like that out there. That's why I'm like, you just got to find them, bro.
And they got to have fathers in order for them to be like that. To value something, it's hard to value something you don't even understand the importance of.
Absolutely.